reduced to 25% in an effort to shrink crowds. The Department of Environmental Management on Friday announced a coordinated traffic enforcement effort with the towns of Charlestown, Narragansett, South Kingstown, and Westerly. In a statement to Channel 10 TV News, a spokesperson for the DEM said the effort, which included enhanced fines, helped to make the weekend as successful as possible.
Blackstone Valley's ON Radio.
Joe Nato writes on the front page of today's Woonsocket Call from North Smithfield. The town council in North Smithfield is being asked to weigh options for solving building deficiencies at the police station in North Smithfield that could range from stopgap fixes to a new proposal asking town support for construction of a new station or public safety complex. The request for guidance came from members of the Municipal Building Review Task Force during Monday night's virtual Zoom meeting of the council, with all 5 council members participating online. Council President Paul Vadnais, member of the task force, joined task force member Paul Nordstrom in presenting a list of options the building panel is considering as ways to address identified problems with the existing police station operation at the former Bushy Elementary School on Smithfield Road. An update of the police facilities at Bushy, the building that has also been used as the town's municipal annex until those offices moved into the newly renovated Kendall Dean School Municipal Office Building, was the final project of the
Good morning, and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
And a good morning to you. It is time for Coffee Ann here on ON AM and FM, 1240 AM, 99.5 FM. On this Wednesday morning, it's July 22nd. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan, and around the Coffee Ann table, we'll say good morning to Amanda LaRose from Navigate Credit Union. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning, everyone.
Nice to have you back. How long has it been?
Oh, it's been at least a couple months.
Couple of months, yeah.
I thought I did something wrong here.
Does it go back to 2019? Doesn't go back that far,
no,
does
it doesn't go back to 2019, no.
Okay. All right. And Natalie Mack from the Villa at St. Antoine Communities. Good morning to you, Natalie.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very good, thanks. How are you?
Good. She was just here a couple of weeks ago, so.
Veteran.
I'm still fresh.
She's a veteran, That's right. All right, Natalie, time for a first message from the St. Antoine Communities, please.
Great. St. Antoine Communities located in North Smithfield at the corner of 400 Mendon Road and 10 Rhodes Ave. On campus, we have 2 buildings with 4 levels of care: assisted living, rehabilitative services, secured memory care, and long-term skilled nursing support. The first building on campus is the Villa at St. Antoine, located at 400 Mendon Road, and it's our 76-apartment assisted living facility. The Villa offers traditional assisted living apartments in 3 styles: studio, 1-bedroom, and 2-bedroom, as well as an 8-resident memory care unit. The second building is St. Antoine Residence, located at 10 Rhodes Ave, and it's our 260-bed skilled long-term and short-term rehabilitative facility. Inside, we showcase our state-of-the-art Easy Street Rehab Center, our secured memory care unit, and our private hospice suite. St. Antoine Community feels like home and is welcoming to all. So if you have never been to visit us, I encourage you to take a ride up north and tour our beautiful campus. You can call 767-3500, ask for Melissa Smith, the Community Marketing Director, and she'll be happy to show you around.
All right, Natalie, thank you very much. As I was driving into the station today, Amanda, driving by Navigate Credit Union, somebody was out weeding.
Yes.
Or doing all sorts of
yes.
agricultural things.
Yes.
Is that someone from the credit union, or is that an outside company?
That's an outside company.
Okay.
And they're out there all the time. I think it's Peter does the landscaping, so he's out there all the time. He sends his friends out there to do it, which is great. I don't have to get my hands dirty, so that's good.
Is that in your job description, by the way?
Probably is if I had to do it.
Mow the grass,
correct.
Pick the weeds. If you can't
Listen,
find someone else to do it.
if somebody can't do it, I'm going to do it. That's right.
How have things been in the since you've been in the trenches of,
Yeah.
the credit union through this whole COVID-19 thing? It's just been crazy, and just putting up signs and making people stay 6 feet apart from each other. And
It's very
cleaning
hard.
like
yeah,
crazy,
it's
yeah.
cleaning like crazy. Making sure people are staying away from each other. You know,
Yeah.
especially with the security of we're dealing with people's money. We want to make sure we know who's walking in the door.
Mm-hmm.
So having people take off their mask is, you know, especially when people are telling them to keep a mask on.
Yeah.
Us telling you to take it off for just a second so we can catch you a picture. Sometimes it's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
You know, people have been great through it all. The members have
Oh,
been
good.
wonderful. A couple here and there that have, you know, kind of questioned why we're asking them to take their mask off, or I just Purell. Do I have to Purell again? You know, we're trying to make sure we keep everybody healthy, not just the employees, but the members as well. Because
Yeah.
when you leave there, you're bringing home whatever we had. You know, so. But so far, so good.
Good.
It's been very long, though. I'm ready for a new normal, and I don't know what that new normal looks like.
And I don't know. We don't know when it's coming.
Correct.
So this is the normal for
Yeah.
the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
And if you look at all the conspiracy theorists, they'll all say it all ends on November 4th or 5th,
On election day?
day after election day.
Oh, day after election day.
So keep that day in mind, and
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
We'll see
then.
if we're right? I don't know what else we can take this year in 2020, you know?
What's the newest thing? Well, they just had a large earthquake in Alaska,
Did they?
7.8. I mean, that's huge.
That is, yeah.
They were worried about tsunamis up and down the west coast. That has been ruled out, and they
Wow.
went as far down as Hawaii.
Wow.
It's possible
That's-
it's coming, and then they said, "Oh, okay, Hawaii and the west coast and most of Alaska. Okay, that's not going to be an issue." But still, 7.8
That's
on the
huge,
Richter
yeah.
scale is a monster.
That's a monster,
earthquake.
yeah.
So, and no word yet on anybody being hurt or anything like that. So, Alaska, there's a lot of land.
Correct.
So it looks
Not a
like
lot of
it
people.
wasn't near Juneau, the capital. So,
Yep, yep.
although they felt it, they said.
I'm sure they felt it at some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Wow.
amazing. So I'm more lighthearted today. You know why?
Why?
There was baseball last night.
Really?
After 4 long months. It was an exhibition game, and they lost. But I didn't care.
Were there people
I
in the
was-
stands?
No.
Okay.
That was what's really, really weird to
Yeah.
watch. The only people in the stands were extra players, because they try to stay 6 feet apart in the dugout, and the dugout's only so long, so extra players are in the stands near their dugout.
Yeah.
And then you saw some photographers
Okay.
behind home plate, and that was it.
Wow.
Strange.
It is strange to hear, and Major League Baseball has said, okay, it's acceptable for the home team to pump in crowd noise to make it try to seem like it's a real game. So every time the Red Sox do something good, you hear a lot of cheering. Mm-hmm. And so I'm watching the game, and that's I'm laughing at home last night because it's really not for the home viewer.
Right.
You can hear something, and then it gets a little louder, but if you're not really paying attention, you don't really know what it is. So it's really for the benefit of the players. And so, the two announcers, Jerry Remy and Dennis Eckersley, they thought it was great. And I'm like, it's really not needed. Unless I think they should take a poll amongst the players. What they should do, okay, last night they had an exhibition game where they pumped in the crowd noise. Today they have another exhibition game. All right, do tonight no crowd noise. Then take a poll amongst the players
Right.
and see, what do you want?
Didn't somebody in football say that they liked the crowd noise because it pumped them up to? Wasn't that a comment made, or
Yeah.
in some? So like maybe that's why they are doing it, because they want
It is.
the players to be.
And because it was odd because there I am at home, and Mitch Moreland, his first baseman for the Boston Red Sox, hit a 3-run home run in the first inning, and there I am all by myself. Yeah, and then I went to listen, and there's no cheering. I'm like, boy, this is odd.
Yeah. They should have
that
at
is
least
really strange.
sold like so many tickets. You know.
Major League Baseball said no. It's either that or the government or the
Yeah.
state of Massachusetts. I don't know, but no fans. Unless you want to, I don't know if you've heard, and I mentioned this the last couple of days. Unless you want to, for $500, you can get a likeness of yourself, which is about from the shoulders up to the top of your head. It's about 3 feet high, and then they stick it on the Green Monster, and it's a contest.
What?
So yeah, and it's only $500 now.
Only.
This is pretty good. I think I could do this.
And if a Boston Red Sox player hits a home run and hits you, you get prizes.
Oh.
You get the ball. That's signed by whoever hit it, and you get 2 tickets to next year's game on the Green Monster. It's not a bad deal. I think you get a jersey too.
Creative, I'll give them that.
So they had to get it going. They had 4 up there last night. I think there were people that actually worked there.
Yep.
We'll get this rolling and see. Hey, this is what it looks like in case people go, what is going on? They had 4 cardboard. Oh, you get your cardboard cutout at the end of the season. You get your cardboard cutout at the end of the year, and they rotate where you sit. So you're not always in the same seat all the time. So every home.
So your chances of getting hit would be.
Well, it moves around.
Yeah.
And so maybe it gets better. I don't know.
Everybody has gotten so creative with what they do. That's pretty good.
So and the money goes to the Red Sox Foundation. So it's it's supposed to be doing something good with it. So so if you have an extra $5 bills,
I don't know
there
about
you
that.
go. And someone asked, well, how do they get your picture? I don't know.
You probably have to send it, and then
You're probably going to send something in, and they'll take care of it and mock it up for you. It's where your $500 goes.
I don't know if it's worth $500 to me, but for somebody else.
Yeah. So the Red Sox, they did lose last night. However, I don't really think they lost because it was an exhibition game, and they were winning 4-0 in the first inning. They stopped the first inning after only 2 outs because, according to the announcers, they said, "Oh well, the pitcher for Toronto reached his pitch limit, and they can only pitch so many, or they can only throw so many baseballs in an inning in an exhibition game." So I don't know if it's 50 or 60 or what the number was, but he hit it. So okay, they just stopped the inning. Okay, we're just done, and so switch sides. I said, but we were rolling, and we could have scored more runs. And I said, well, it's an exhibition game, so no big deal. And then they went and lost.
But we could have won if that would have been the case, and we would have scored more runs, right?
That's right. It could have happened. You don't know, but because they changed sides.
Correct.
I'm like, he must be coming out of the game. And then the same pitcher came back in and pitched for the second inning. I said, well, this is odd. But there's all sorts of new rules for baseball this year, and I don't think that's going to carry over into the regular season, which starts on Friday. And one of the fun, the announcers, by the way, are not at Fenway Park.
Where are they?
NESN has their studios in Watertown, Massachusetts. They're doing it. They're sitting in a studio, basically at a table like we're sitting at.
Yep.
And they all have a monitor in front of them, and they're watching it on TV like we are. And then they got their headsets on, and they'll just make comments off the TV.
Wow.
So they're not going to Fenway, and they're not going on the road. They're going to do all 60 games from right there.
Wow.
Big savings. We don't have to send anybody on the road. We don't have to pay for meals and hotels and things like that.
Wow.
I said, nope, I'm surprised they didn't let them go to Fenway because they'd be way up in the press box and far away, but I guess this is more cost effective. We don't have to open up the press box, so okay. So they'll be there.
Wow.
And they did say something funny. Jerry Remy said it something funny in the 8th inning. We said a lot of funny things, but in the 8th inning, he said, "We just got notice from Fenway Park. The paid admission for tonight's game is 0." And it's like we think that's a first.
Yeah.
First time, nobody there. They talked to some of the players too, and they said, "Well, what's it like playing in an empty stadium?" And they said it really gets a lot to get used to.
Yeah.
Because they've been playing since forever, and then. Especially when you get to college, you're always playing in front of a crowd and of at least 1,000 or so. So, and now there's nobody. You got to rely on your teammates to cheer for you.
Better hope you have some good teammates.
Well, you would hope so. So, I'm not too crazy about the pumped-in crowd noise. So.
Yeah, I don't think that would do. I mean, like you said, it's probably for the players. The majority of it is going to be for the players, but for a person sitting at home.
It did nothing for me.
Yeah.
So one of the new rules for baseball this year: no high fives. So
fist bump.
People will change. Okay, we'll do the fist bump instead. Guys like to also do this, which I always thought was odd because it could break an arm. They'll hit their forearms together.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Not their elbows, but their arm. And but if you do it hard enough, you're going to break something. I'm like, so. Please stay away from that. But I guess they don't do it hard enough. And when they hit their home run, coming around third base, they usually high-five the third base coach. Well, there's no more of that. And so, but they both put their arms up and pretended.
Ear high fives.
That's right. As they're running by, it's just like, it's whoosh. So you got to get used to the new stuff. So, and we wondered yesterday, because of social distancing, what will the between the umpire, the catcher, and the batter,
Yeah, because
They're all right on top of each other. And I'm like, well, maybe the umpire and the catcher will wear masks under their masks. Nope. Did not happen. I don't know if that's a personal thing, personal choice, but no. And very few batters wore masks in the field. And I think I only saw one that actually wore one while he was hitting.
So, do they all get tested before?
Yes,
Okay.
these guys get tested every day.
Okay.
Major League Baseball rules, they get tested every day, and I think they're going for like 2 weeks, and then if the percentage is under 5%, then they get tested every other day, and then they'll do that for 2 weeks. And then if it still stays under 5%, then it drops down to like once a week or something like that. So, yeah, they're supposed to be getting tested right now every day to make sure everybody stays
I mean, I can't imagine wearing all of that uniform and all of the equipment and then putting a mask on top of that or underneath all of that, you know?
Yes.
So,
especially the catchers and the
yeah,
umpires.
and the
It's-
umpires, yeah.
I worry about breathing.
Yeah.
I don't know. And they were bringing up last night, because I don't know how much you know about this, but the Toronto Blue Jays,
No.
their government, the Canadian government, said you can't play at home. They've made a rule. They said, we don't like this idea. You keep flying back to the United States, mingling with the other players from the States and coming back to Canada, bringing back who knows what. So guess what? We're not going to let you play here. And so now they're scrambling. They're like, well, where are we going to play? Well, figure it out on your own.
But they'll let them fly back and forth still.
Well, now they won't be flying. If they're going to play, they're the only team in Canada.
Gotcha.
So if they're not playing up there, they're not flying into Canada. Now they'll just fly around the United States for this season.
For this season.
Yeah.
Sort of exiling them to the States.
Basically, yeah. And so they were talking about it last night, and they said the front runner, they said, is the Pittsburgh stadium, that they'll just play their home games there when Pittsburgh is not there. Okay, I don't know why Pittsburgh. It's not very close to Toronto, but they offered, and they said okay. But the alternative I thought was best would be just play all the games at the stadium where you were going to play anyway. That doesn't make sense. If they're going to play the Boston Red Sox,
Right.
and they're supposed to be the home team, okay, come to Fenway and just be the home team.
Right. That makes more sense than having a stadium
I know. I
that
thought
now
so.
you're going to have other teams travel to.
And now with no crowd, there's no home team advantage, no home field advantage.
Right.
No.
So just do it that way. It just seems to be easiser. But no one, like I told my wife last night, no one asked me these things.
They're going to start calling you on these things.
She said I should call them.
Oh, there you
Yes, I've tried, and they don't take my calls. So I thought that would be the best idea, but no, they didn't ask me. So, all right, so that's what went on with the baseball game last night. So happy about that, and happy that they'll be playing tonight.
Yes.
And like my wife said, what do you mean this game doesn't count? Then why are you watching it? Because it's been 4 months.
It's 4 months, and I needed something to do.
I needed some live baseball. That's what I needed. All right, we're going to take a break on the Coffee and program right now. Sue, Natalie, time for a second message from the St. Antoine communities.
Great. So for those who haven't heard yet, we are holding our annual golf tournament on August 17th at Kirkbrae Country Club. That's just 3.5 weeks away. And it's a great opportunity to get out of the house, play golf, and connect with other community leaders and St. Antoine supporters. The day also includes boxed lunch, door prizes, gifts, seated dinner with cocktails, and team prizes. We're, of course, going to be following all safety protocols and keeping everybody as safe and comfortable as possible. This important fundraiser is impacted by COVID-19, but it's still the most effective way to raise awareness and funds for the critical services that we provide to more than 600 elderly and adults in need of skilled nursing, rehabilitative treatments, hospice care, and assisted living services every year. Becoming a sponsor is a great way to highlight your company and its important investment in the St. Antoine community. There are lots of ways to participate. You could sponsor a foursome. It's a reduced cost this year for $1,000. You could sponsor a portion of the event. We have tea signs, or even just general donations are being accepted. If you want to learn more, please contact me at 206-353-7543 or nmac@santantoine.net.
All right. Thank you very much. And more of the Coffee and program is coming your way. You can call in comments or questions at 766-1240 or email them in to me, coffee@woonsocketadio.com.
The Baroaster House restaurant on Pond Street in Woonsocket is open for takeout and delivery of any dish on their menu. All you have to do is call them at 762-1717. Tell them if you'll pick it up or if you want it delivered. You have a choice. The Baroaster House is open 7 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 4 to 8, Thursday 4 to 9, and Friday and Saturday 3 to 9, Sundays noon to 8. You don't have to miss your favorite Baroaster House meal. Order takeout or delivery at 762-1717. That's 762-1717. The Baroaster House.
Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group, 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Our telephone number is 765-8880. In business, you don't last long if you don't know what you're doing. And if that's the case, I must know a thing or two. I've been in the investing business since 1987, helping people just like you with their investments. At the Carew Investment Group, we employ a conservative approach to client portfolios by using only the best quality companies available, many of which pay a quarterly dividend. We look for opportunities that we expect will go up in value, not every day, but over time. We take our responsibilities seriously and always place our client needs first in any investment decision. If you want to know more or would like a free portfolio review of your current holdings, call Ed at 765-8880. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA, NSIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
ON Worldwide.
Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan here with Natalie Mack from the St. Antoine Communities and Amanda LaRose from Navigant Credit Union. This segment of the Coffee and program is sponsored by the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. Paul Willett could not be with us this week. He is on vacation. Maybe him and Tim are doing something together, vacation-wise. Golfing, beaching, I don't know what they're doing. They're staying out of Maine, that's what they're doing. Because you can't go there.
Can't go there.
Still, well, that governor's tough up there. Absolutely not. All right, now I got an email the other day because we've talked about this the last couple of days, and it's basically about the testing that you have to do to have a COVID-19 test. And we were going back and forth, and I was basically saying, I really don't want to have it done. I've had things put up my nose before, and it's not pleasant. And I gotta look at that email. Look at that's a lengthy a paragraph that I got here from someone that had it done. And basically, they're explaining how it's not as bad as I'm making it out to be. And here I don't know, and I'm thinking, well, I got to take this large stick and shove it in your nose, and it's not just a little ways in; it goes pretty far. And they say, it's really not that bad. So what they're saying is, let me get to the part. What they need to get to the back of your throat, which is what they're really swabbing, and they can't go in through your mouth because you may gag. And then bad things could happen after that. So that's why they're going actually straight through your nose. So according to this person, the technician asked this person, please blow your nose first and then tilt your head back. This creates a straight avenue to the back of the throat. So in this person's case, they insert the slim swab straight, not up. So it goes straight in through the nose to the back of the throat. There's no pain whatsoever. And while this hasn't been said, the entire procedure takes about 3 seconds. Well, that's good to know. It doesn't stay in there for a while. Yeah. Isn't that the worst when they have to when they numb up your mouth for teeth?
Yeah.
And the shot, they put it in and it stays there. Why can't you give it a real shot?
Right.
But I guess it doesn't work that way. So when the swab reaches its extremity at the back of the throat, this person felt nothing but a tickling or tingling sensation that caused one tear to form in my right eye. I'm certainly not King Kong, but even those are naturally squeamish about medical procedures will find this test to be quite acceptable. I didn't find it uncomfortable, but some may. I found the entire experience to be unusual at worst simply because we've never had to even consider such a procedure. Why the back of the throat? Well, from what this person has read, that's where the virus flourishes, so material gathered there will give a truer reading of a negative or positive. The virus apparently does not flourish in similar manner in the mouth or the cheeks. So there you go. That's where they have to go get the sample.
So my husband's been tested twice.
Exactly like that?
Exactly like that. And he said it's more of just a nuisance for like literally a brief second.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Still don't want to have it done?
Nope, still don't want to have it done. But he's had it done twice, and yeah, he said it's not bad.
Okay. It doesn't, because that's what I thought first. I said, this is going to hurt.
Right.
And so I really don't want to have it done. But apparently it doesn't.
I think it's just more of that nuisance, It's
Yeah.
more of the fear of how it's going to feel versus what it
Yes.
actually feels like.
It's kind of like if you, you ever take a glass of like a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi and then sneeze
Correct.
or something like
Yep.
that, and it goes up into your nose and it's there for like the next 10 minutes.
Yep.
So it could be more like that. So, and it turns out after I've read that, I've actually had some kind of procedure done, which was actually more unpleasant. They were testing my stomach and the amount of acid that was being washed back up into my esophagus. Well, the way to test this was they took a very thin wire, which also went up your nose and then down your throat into my stomach. All right? Very, very weird sensation. And then the other half was attached to a machine that was on my hip, and I had to have this for a weekend.
Wow.
I said, well, now what do you do? They said, well, you do what you normally do. Well, don't play tennis or something like that because you might wreck the machine. But you can eat and drink. In fact, we want you to as normal as possible. Oh, okay, fine. Went home, had a glass of water. Everything was fine. The real issue is when I had to eat something, and I think I had a sandwich. The first thing I ate, and as soon as I swallowed, the food somehow latches onto the wire and it would pull every single time. I'm like, ooh, that's unpleasant, but only for a little while. So just as the food is passing through your esophagus, it's pulling on the wire every single time. I said, "Oh, I gotta put up with this all week for like 3 days." Ooh, not fun. And then and the other worst part was taking it out.
Yeah.
They said, "Hang on," and it's like, ooh, that was not fun
Yeah,
either.
no.
So I guess I could put up with this.
You could put up with
this
that,
test
yeah.
now. If I put up with that,
Yep.
I can certainly put up with the COVID-19 testing if I have to do it. So I feel much better. So thanks to the writer who
Yeah.
explained how this test is done and how it's not as bad as I was making it out to be. So sorry about that. So all right, Natalie. You can answer this question or not answer this question. You can say I have to take the fifth on this or whatever. Because the House of Representatives in Rhode Island last week passed a resolution to create a commission studying nursing homes, which have been in the spotlight this year because of the coronavirus. The commission would look at, among other things, staffing levels, employee recruitment and retention, and the financial condition of the facilities. The first question is, since you're over there at the Villa, is this commission necessary?
Ooh, yeah. To be honest, I'm not from the healthcare industry, so I don't know too much about all the sort of things that are going on, in the state in terms of inspections and stuff. Clearly, we have staff who know all of those protocols and procedures and things. I do think they're trying to get some. I did read about that actually recently. I do think they're trying to get some of the sort of leading, community leaders in nursing facilities on that commission. I can't really speak to that. I wouldn't be a good authority to speak about that, unfortunately.
Okay, that's fine. The problem I see is I just hate when the government comes in and tells you need to have this many number of people of staff. You have to have at least 10.
Yeah, I do know that's a tricky conversation because the healthcare industry is short-staffed all around. Just in general, even before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I think there's that specific bill wanting to have a specific staffing ratio to patients that I think even like the best healthcare facilities would have difficulty fulfilling.
Yeah.
So there has to be some reality to these bills about what's actually viable for healthcare facilities to provide the services that they need to provide.
Some of the nursing homes are worried that it'll put some of them out of business.
Yeah, and that could be a scary thing.
Now you talk about businesses that are heavily regulated. banking. but at least they don't come and tell you, oh, you should have at least 4 tellers here at all times. No one's coming into that point and micromanaging how you do it.
No, which is a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see where the trouble would be, and I understand where they want to try to maybe put fine lines and measures into place. But you have to let the experts do what they do best. And you know, I mean, banking people or banking officials and banking regulators all get together with other banking regulators and figure it out together. So let the nursing homes get together instead of having a government come in and do it for them.
People coming in who don't really know,
Correct.
You know, the details, the industry, the information,
Correct.
and then trying to impose what they think is best. It's good intentions, but you know, it is important that the experts do, you know, they're in their field for a reason.
Correct.
They do know what's going on. So it's, on some level, you have to trust. It's the micromanagement thing.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of got to step back and do some, you know, important, you know, regulations, but you really have to, the day-to-day, I think, really needs to be left to the people who do that on a daily basis.
But Natalie, it makes us look good in front of our constituents. We're doing something.
Yes,
We're
it's always about
them.
the constituents.
Yes, it's for your best. Your best. It's in your best interest. That's what I'm trying to say. We know best.
Maybe
is right. Okay, maybe they have a good idea, but I just worry about. We got to have a commission. We got to make laws, and it's got to be this way all the time, and worry about it. It would put some businesses out of business.
The problem is that if you put nursing homes out of business, now those people have to go somewhere. So where do they go?
Yeah.
If you're already maxed out at other nursing homes and now you're already short-staffed, now you're adding more people. That's a hard.
Well, if you have to be all the social distancing and all of that, you can only have so many people in certain areas. So even a nursing home probably can't even be full capacity just to make sure that they have all that safety distancing and protocols in place. So it is difficult. It's challenging.
I've told this story before. I had a cousin who owned a very small nursing home out in Foster. It's not there anymore. They were put out of business by the state. It had nothing to do with coronavirus, had to do with other things. We'll worry about that later. But now you had to deal with, okay, we're closing. They had maybe 20 residents. Now we're going to take them and put them other places. They don't understand why they're leaving. Why am I being taken away from this place, which I like, and now they think they've done something wrong?
Well, they're...
Because you're dealing with diminished mental capacity. They don't understand where they're going somewhere.
Well, routine is very important. Comforting a known environment is very important to the elderly. And so to disrupt that can be harmful to them in some ways.
Yes. All right, so you need to get on this commission then, Natalie.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they'll let me on.
Talk to Melissa about it when she comes back and say, I want to be on. Joe says I should be on this.
Joe is the solver of all problems.
I guess
Yes, that's all right. This portion of the Coffee and Program was brought to you by the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. Time for a break right now. Time for the forecast being brought to you by Gas Buddy. Fuel better. Today will be a mostly cloudy day. There is a slight chance of some showers, and we've had some this morning. High temperature today will be near 87. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms as well. Low temperature tonight around 71. Thursday's weather, mostly cloudy. High will be near 88. There is a chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow as well. Thursday night, mostly cloudy, low around 70. Again, a chance of showers. Friday, partly sunny, high near 83. Saturday, mostly sunny, high near 87. And currently outside the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, we have 71 degrees. Hate paying too much for gas? Then you need Gas Buddy. Gas Buddy saves you money no matter where you fill up. Download the app or visit GasBuddy.com. Gas Buddy, fuel better.
I'm here with Kara Benjamin of the Benjamin Insurance Agency. Kara, what's the best part of your job?
The best part of my job is providing security to families and help protect what's important to them. My specialty is picking apart policy details so customers understand their coverages and options. It can be very overwhelming, and I am here to help with that.
You're in good hands with Allstate and Kara and Celeste Benjamin of the Benjamin Insurance Agency, 125 Eddie Dowling Highway, across from Dowling Village in North Smithfield, 765-5000.
Our business is truly a referral business, and we have built it based on our premier service level and commitment to what we do. If you are looking for personalized service with people who care, that would be us.
Local businesses are the key to success in our community. That's why Leo at Switzer Automotive of Woonsocket is a growing business, and Leo and his staff have been giving their expert mechanical services for many years. Switzer knows how important car maintenance is, and their quality service is always guaranteed. Trust the experts at Switzer. Remember, they provide complete foreign and domestic car and truck repairs. Client confidence is their most valuable product. Switzer Automotive, 309 Olo Street, Woonsocket. We salute you for your continuing success in our community.
Hello, this is Manny Brando.
And this is Virginia. And Manny, now you have to start getting up a half hour earlier because our show is going to begin at 8:30 until 9:30.
I can't get up that early. 8:30 to 9:30. Oh,
That
no.
is correct. That is our new time slot.
I'm confused.
What else is new?
Oh, boy.
Coffee in on ON, AM and FM. This is Joe Callahan here with Natalie Mack and Amanda LaRose from Navigant Credit Union. And Amanda, time for our first message from Navigant.
Thank you. So I just wanted to remind everybody where we are. We are at 1280 Park Ave in Woonsocket. And if you haven't been in a little while due to everything going on, we have had a little bit of a turnaround in our branch with some new staff coming in. Navigant is really prides themselves on promoting from within and making people grow within the company. And that's what happened. We've had about 5 new people come in because we've had 5 new people or 5 existing people leave. So we have a new assistant branch manager. We have a new head teller. We have 2 new desk people coming on, and we have 2 new people behind the teller line as well. So they are excited to meet people, excited to meet our members, talk about our products that we have, and just get to know you and know what's best for you in the situation you're in right now.
Very good. Have you seen turnover at the villa, Natalie? Just new people coming in because people either retired or just decided this isn't what I want to do anymore because of COVID-19?
They did have, well, I haven't been in the facility since beginning of March, so I'm not 100% in the know, but I do know there was sort of a retirement package that before COVID happened, they were rolling out, I believe starting in the late spring, early summer. So we did have some people take that package. We have some people who I think are staying on, they're taking it, but I think it's sort of a kind of a gradual reduction, which is wonderful to still have their experience. I mean, we have people who've been there for 20 years plus, so it's definitely a facility that has a lot of historical knowledge built in it. So, I mean, we've seen, I think, some turnover, but I don't think anything that's been unusual.
Okay.
There is some, staffing related to COVID is really more what we've seen is people having to be out because of sickness. So then you do have sort of a lot of staffing logistics with people being out for specific times or some people not being comfortable working in the facility, I think. So there's, been some shuffling around. I think it's more what we've been dealing with, temporary absences.
Gotcha. All right. Now this affects Amanda more than it affects Natalie because Natalie's got a very small child and not in school.
Okay.
How did your kids deal with the long distance learning? Was it a challenge? Is that an understatement?
That was a challenge.
Now, what grade were they in?
So my daughter is in kindergarten, so
Okay.
not too high up in there, but in kindergarten nonetheless, striving for first grade. And my husband and I were both essential workers, so we worked the whole time while distance learning.
Wow.
So my mom, God bless her soul, turned into a kindergarten teacher overnight. And every day was there doing homework with her, doing her lessons, and she got through it. But it was rough. My daughter and most kids are creatures of routine. They like doing the same thing every day. They know it. They expect it. They thrive on it. And so when you take them out of that routine,
We're going to do something completely different.
Yeah, it was chaos for the first couple of weeks, and but she got through it. I know that it may look a little different come September, and that scares me because I don't know what...
Neither does anybody.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what it's going to feel like. Same thing with us at work. People are, have to take time off to take care of their children and do the homeschooling.
Yes.
So if that continues to September, we start all over again, and now you're back down to the staffing shortages because people have to be home to take care of their children. That's scary. Especially when they think of doing on-off days or 2 days a week and 3 days home.
Yeah.
We won't survive.
See, I was lucky because my daughter was 14 and certainly knows what's going on and was easily explainable. But I can't imagine having a kindergartner,
Yeah.
first grade, second grade, who, you could explain it to them, but they're not really going to understand. And
Nope.
I just don't understand why I'm not going to school and why am I not seeing my friends?
Correct. Yeah, that was the biggest thing when it first happened. For like the first 2 weeks, we didn't, really say anything. We just said we're home.
Yeah.
And then when we told her she wouldn't be going back to school, and like it was a good 2-hour cry session of
Yeah.
not being able to see her friends and say goodbye to them, and that broke my heart as a parent that you've developed this relationship, and now you're not going to be able to see them and say goodbye to them the proper way.
Yeah.
That was hard. It was, yeah. So.
Has she started to ask questions about this coming fall and say, hey, am I going to be able to go back to school?
So we actually put her in summer camp. So she's in summer camp right now.
Okay.
The Creature of Habit is back. She
Good.
likes it. She thrives on it. She has asked if she's going back to school in September because she's going into first grade, so she's excited. And I said, we don't know right now. You could be going back and it could be fine, or you could go back part-time, or you could be home. We just don't know what it looks like, And that's hard because nobody knows. It's not like
Right.
we have a magic ball and we can say, yep, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And just say, well, as soon as we know something, we'll let you know. But
Yes, I am
kids
all
don't-
in
kids-
support of
kids
them
don't
going back
thrive
to
on
school.
that.
Right.
Actually, I am too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I see both sides of it, and I see the nervousness and I see the apprehension, but there's kids in summer camp right now that are thriving and doing very well, and there's no cases, and they're taking extra precautions. So we need to figure out how we can do that come the fall for our kids.
Yeah.
And especially that young, they really need social interaction with other
Correct.
children of their age.
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, how much can you really teach a kindergarten class virtually? I feel like so much of that is hands-on and interactive and social.
And that's maybe a 14-year-old where they can sit at a computer and they do what they need to do, and the
Oh,
dad
yeah,
or
and
the
everything's
mom
done by Zoom and- oh, yeah.
right, and you're not as hands-on.
Right.
But for a kindergartner, first grade, second grade, you are hands-on because they don't know what they're doing, so you really have to sit on the side of them each time, and it was long and daunting.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, it was. I don't want to say it was all hands off for me, but
Yeah.
she was in 8th grade, and it's like, well, do it yourself.
Right.
And especially when I took a look at some of her homework. All right, you're really on your own.
Yeah, the new math, it's going to be replaced
Oh.
by the old math all over again because none of us are going to know how to do the
that
new
new
math.
math is wacky.
We're going to
Don't
have
get it
we're
at
going to have
all.
classroom training for the parents to teach all the kids stuff.
Well, we tried doing that, and both my wife and I say that's not how we learned it. No,
Yeah.
do it like this.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
faster, and you want the right answer. It's the right answer.
Right.
But it's now. Did your daughter have like a laptop to work on, or was it all paper work?
So we the first 2 weeks they kind of sent us something via email, and then
Okay.
they did the Google Classroom just like I think everybody else adapted the Google Classroom.
Okay.
So we have a laptop. We bought a printer, because a lot of it was printing it out, doing the homework sheets, printing them, and
That's nice.
saving.
Let's make the parents go out and spend money.
Correct. I think, so we were not at a public kindergarten, so I think if you were at a public kindergarten, they probably would have provided it, but we were at a
Okay.
private kindergarten, so
Okay.
obviously that wasn't provided and understandable. But all around, it was an experience. Everybody can say they had the experience. It was a Zoom graduation for kindergarten was not what we planned, but you make the best of the situation and you just got to keep moving.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't cancel that.
So they did it all via Zoom. So we were all in
Okay.
our homes. Nobody was in the classrooms together.
Did they have a little? She have a little cap? Little cap
So
and
we
gown?
had a little cap for her.
Okay.
And the night before, the teachers had a little drop off at Panera so we could pick up their gift because they gave each kid a gift.
Oh, that's nice.
So we were able to bring gifts for them and kind of drop it off, mask wearing, and then grab their gift. And each kid got a little medallion and certificate for something they excelled at in the school year. So I thought
Oh,
it was,
nice.
for what it was worth, it was a
Yeah.
great, way to do it. So
Okay, is she going to go to a public first grade?
she
too,
is,
this
yes.
time? Okay.
So she's going to Cumberland. She's going to go to community.
Okay.
So, well, if that's
If
where-
it
that's-
opens.
yeah, if it opens, if they don't redo the district,
Have you heard? Has Cumberland put out what their plan was? Woonsocket has.
So Cumberland
I'm-
put it out. I believe there's a meeting tonight on it.
Okay.
So I just haven't read it. They just literally, I got an email this morning on it. I think it's going to look pretty similar to every school
Everybody
district.
else's?
I mean,
A little bit here, a little bit at home.
correct.
Kind of thing.
I think
Okay.
every school district is giving 3 options, and I
Yeah.
think all 3 options somewhat look very similar to
Yeah.
one another.
I'm up in Massachusetts, and we've come up with nothing yet. The only thing they've done so far is they've sent out 2 surveys. One said, do you plan on riding the bus? Because you did last year, and if you're planning to do it again, you have until August 1st to pay us again, with a slight discount for the stuff we didn't use last year. And then we get another survey. Hey, do you really planning on sending your daughter to the public schools? Because we're trying to get a ballpark figure of how many kids we think are actually coming.
Right.
And then they're going to try to put a plan together. So we just haven't heard yet what they are planning on doing.
And that was all done by August 1st? It doesn't give them very much time to
No, we
figure
have to pay the...
the busing.
In Massachusetts, we pay for the busing.
Wow.
That's not an issue in Rhode Island, but in Mass, we have to. If you want to, you don't have to pay for it. Just get your kid here on your own.
Right.
But if you're going to ride the bus, you got to pay. And so if you pay by August 1st, you get a discount.
Gotcha.
As I said, if you pay after August 1st, okay, it's going to be higher. So they just want to let us know.
And when should you be hearing about your plan for the schooling? Did they say?
They haven't said. Although I get an email every Tuesday from the superintendent of schools. So I got my email yesterday. It had nothing in there about a plan, other than these are challenging times. Yes, I know, and we're working on it.
Right.
And as soon as we have something in place, we'll let you know. And okay, and there's just nothing in place just yet.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what all of the school districts do and what transpires. I mean, it's going to be crazy.
In Massachusetts, not Massachusetts, in Rhode Island. Do I have it here? The Rhode Island Department of Education, they're supposed to come out with something by August 17th. That is so late.
Very
when they're projecting school to start on August 31st.
Right.
Yeah, so
That does not
literally
leave you a lot of
2
time.
weeks to figure out everything you need to figure out for the start.
Not a lot of advance warning for parents to get their situation taken care of, whatever that should be with the schools, to have to arrange or try to figure out a plan on their own. That's not giving them much time either.
Nope. There'll be a lot of scrambling around after August 17th. To see, unless something comes out August 17th and there's an uproar and said this is no good. Come up with something else. Okay, we'll go back to the drawing board.
And then you go back, and then you delay school opening till September, end of September.
Maybe say, okay, we'll come up with something in another week. And so now we're at August 24th. School starts in 5 days. Okay, here's the new plan, and now we have to go with it.
I mean, you may see that they. I mean, personally, if they can't come up with a plan and everybody feasible about it, I mean, they may delay school starting too. That's an option too.
I guess, put it off another week. I don't know why they settled on August 31st in Rhode Island.
I don't know, because it was originally the week before, and then there was like staggered the first week of August 24th, 25th, 26th, and then all of a sudden they said, nope, August 31st, everybody starts.
For everybody.
Everybody starts.
Yeah.
So
usually school districts are different. Fun.
We'll see, right, I guess.
All right, we're going to take another break on the Coffee and program. So, Amanda, time for a second message from Navigant Credit Union.
Absolutely. So, one of the things I wanted to talk about was our Journey checking account. It's one of our better checking accounts. All of our checking accounts are custom fitted to you as an individual and your needs. But our Journey checking account really highlights the member that is going to use their debit card and is going to use online banking and direct deposit. It is a 1.25 annual percentage yield return on your money in your account up to $10,000, and then after that it is a staggered rate or a blended rate. It is a completely free account for you, and the best feature is that while we understand that Navigant is not everywhere in the state or everywhere in the country, when you use your debit card at a foreign ATM, meaning an ATM that is not a Navigant ATM, we will reimburse you up to $25 a month in ATM fees, which is a huge benefit to most of our members, especially when you're traveling to Florida or anywhere you want to go. Don't go to Florida now. So if you want to know more about any of our checking accounts or our products, please visit us at 1280 Park Ave in Woonsocket or go online at www.navigantcu.org.
All right, Amanda, thank you. More of the Coffee and program coming your way here on ON AM and FM. Riverfront patio dining awaits you at River Falls Restaurant. Enjoy your lunch or dinner as you overlook the Blackstone River. Here are some of the wonderful items on the menu: steak and peppers pizza, baked stuffed haddock, and choice filet mignon. Make your River Falls Restaurant reservations today by calling 401-235-9026. 235-9026 or go online to riverfallscomplex.com. You'll love the Riverfront Patio Dining at River Falls Restaurant, Market Square, Woonsocket.
Community Care Alliance is open. We know that social isolation is hard and that many people are facing financial uncertainty at this time. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, declining mental status, or with obtaining basic needs, please call our intake line at 235-7121. Be assured that safety is our utmost concern and safeguards are in place, including providing counseling by telehealth. Help is just a phone call away. Call 235-7121 to learn how we may assist you during this difficult time.
This is Paul Hardcastle. And I'm Dave Cos, inviting you to join me this weekend when Paul Hardcastle comes by our studios, all the way from the UK. So I hope you'll tune in for that, plus great conversation as always. Remember to visit davecos.com for more information, and be here this weekend for an Atlantic crossing with Paul Hardcastle on the Dave Cos Radio Show.
Hi, fans of smooth jazz. The Dave Cos Radio Show can only be heard on ON AM and FM, 1240 AM, 99.5 FM every Sunday, twice on Sundays, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., and again 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. The Dave Cos Radio Show is brought to you by the Carew Investment Group. It's the Dave Cos Radio Show every Sunday right here on
ON AM and FM.
It is Coffee Ann on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan here with Amanda LaRose and Natalie Mack. All right, on to the lighter side. Ready?
All right, lighter side.
Enough heavy stuff. All right. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Ooh.
You like them?
I do. I'm a fan.
Okay, good. That's fine. Well, they want to create the world's first 3D printed chicken nuggets. Are you still a fan?
No. No.
What?
You lost 3D
printed nuggets. Yeah, they'll be.
Why?
As we always say, it's about the money. Somehow it's going to save them money in the long run. They'll be grown in a Russian lab using animal cells and plant-based material like breadcrumbs and spices. Just makes your mouth water, doesn't
Nope.
it? The goal is for them to look and taste just like any other menu item. A final product will be tested this fall, doesn't say where. KFC is currently testing its vegan fried chicken and recently shocked fans by trading wedges for fries. I don't know if they shocked them, but you can't get fries there anymore? You only get potato wedges?
You can't get wedges. You can get fries now.
Oh, it's the other way around.
Yeah, it's the other way around.
Okay. They got rid of the wedges,
Yep.
and they got the fries. All right. Have you tried the vegan fried chicken?
I have not tried the vegan fried chicken, and
That
I don't
sounds
think I'll
awful,
be
too.
trying it anytime soon.
My one question is why?
If we make a vegan fried chicken, then all the people that say they are vegans can now come and eat there.
But I feel like if you're vegan and your point is to be against animal
Meat.
products,
You wouldn't be
then
going to
you
Kentucky
shouldn't be
Fried
eating fake
Chicken.
meat anyways. The point is that you're against it. I have a problem with vegan bacon and all these things. It's like if you're
They
against
got
it,
you
you
know,
don't get it.
Isn't it?
Doesn't matter.
Isn't it Duncan that's got the plant-based sausage, and
Yep.
egg, and cheese?
But like, what's in these products? I feel like they
Oh, they
are
won't.
they really?
I don't know.
They're not going
Could
to
they
tell
be
us
more
that.
harmful to like? You know,
Who knows
to
what
you
they're making
than-
it out of?
I don't know. I'd rather eat something more
I just
natural.
feel, and they're testing it in Russia, so right?
They're
a
gonna.
Russian-grown lab.
They're going to grow
A
it.
Russian-grown lab.
They'll be grown in a Russian lab.
grown in a Russian lab.
They're going to take some chicken animal cells and some plant-based material and mush
Why
it together.
a Russian lab?
Don't know.
This is not the lighter side, Joe.
Sorry, I just thought it was funny.
ruined
More
my
questions.
I thought it was funny that it was going to be a 3D printed chicken nugget,
Yeah, that's weird.
and that is odd.
Yeah.
No, I just give me the real chicken. You know,
Yeah.
I want the old school menu.
Yeah, give me the 9 original spices and call
there,
it a day.
There you go. All right. All right. Let's see. There are active volcanoes on Venus.
Really?
In case you plan on visiting. I don't know how they found these, but the scientists say they found recently active volcanoes on Venus. After considering Venus to be dormant for millions of years, a new study has found rings called corona, Coronae. Would that be corona or coronae?
Corona.
Corona.
Okay, we don't want to get the
We
virus
wouldn't want
involved
to
here.
consider the virus on Venus, right?
Caused by hot rocks surfacing from the planet's interior.
Well, so promising.
I guess. I don't know how we can use this information. We don't plan to go to Venus.
No.
And we want to go to Mars. But oh well, there's active volcanoes on Venus.
Okay.
So now you know. You can bring this up at the work today. Hey, did you know this?
Did you know?
Active volcanoes. Fun fact. That's
Conversation starter.
Use it at all those parties I'm attending.
Yeah, that's all right. Anything else going on? Prince Harry's in the news.
Uh-oh.
Yes, he denies mishandling $350,000 in charitable funds. Uh-oh.
Of course.
They all went to Meghan, right?
Yeah.
He's denying accusations of he mishandled $350,000 in charitable funds. The anti-monarchy group, did you know there was one?
No.
There's an anti-monarchy group called Republic, questioned the money moved to Harry's Echo Travel organization, Travelist, when he closed the Sussex Royal brand. See, I don't keep track of all this stuff going on over there in England.
They were all together, right? The two brothers and two sister-in-laws, and then they separated.
Yes, I don't want to be part of the monarchy anymore.
Right. And so now they're bringing up all these accusations, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So Harry says Travelist is also a charity whose funding is all recorded and made in line with commission guidelines. Or maybe made online with commission guidelines. I don't know. He and Meghan are currently working on a new charity called Archewell. Isn't that their son's name?
Mm-hmm.
Archie? Or maybe it's Archewell then. Archewell. They never tell you what these foundations do.
$350,000. Is that a lot for them, or is that like?
Well, I guess they were donations to his foundation, and now maybe they're saying, well, he's using the money to fly around the world or whatever he's doing. It's not actually being used
for the actual
for the
donation.
foundation. What it was intended for.
Gotcha.
You're using it to like plane tickets and golden diapers for the baby. I don't know what they're buying them for. I guess you got to go to the Republic here and see what they're actually accusing him of using the money for or not using the money for.
Right.
I just don't keep track of the royal family anymore and what they're up to. Although one of them has just turned 7.
What? Charlotte. No,
it was a boy.
It was a boy.
Is it William? Charles? No, it's not Charles. William is the prince.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's his son.
But he couldn't because
couldn't be
wasn't
7?
Charlotte the first? Charlotte was the firstborn.
Okay.
And then the two boys followed, wasn't? I don't know.
Tough to follow, huh?
I know. I think Charlotte was the firstborn, though, because she was born right after my daughter was born. So I think she's turning 6.
All right.
It's the only way I know that royal family.
I still thought there was only like 2 of them last year.
Yeah. So,
there's a lot now.
Amanda, have you had to change any kind of vacation plans because of COVID-19?
Fortunately, no. This year was no travel vacations. It was all staycations. I'm actually on vacation next week, and I'm going to a friend's beach house for a couple days.
Oh, nice.
To relax and get away. Probably go to the beach maybe once, depending on how busy it is. And that's it. My vacations are at the end of the year, which is good. I like taking the winter time off and getting ready for Christmas and stuff.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Yep.
How about you, Natalie? Any of the vacation plans got changed because of COVID-19?
Yeah, I originally was supposed to go out. I'm originally from Seattle, and a lot of my family's out there. So I was supposed to go for a family reunion back in April, which definitely was canceled. So we're in the midst of trying to, relocate and get all together. We don't get together. I have a pretty large family, and we all have kids. So we don't get together very often. So I'm hoping maybe 2021 will be the year we can find some time to make that happen. Hopefully with with travel will be back to mostly normal. I hope by then.
So you have family in Seattle?
Yeah.
Okay. How are they dealing with all the real craziness that took place maybe a few weeks ago?
I was speaking, my brother is in Seattle proper, and he said in most cases people are going about their normal day to day, and then there's just some craziness happening.
In that area?
I'm actually from Capitol Hill, so that's right in my hometown neighborhood.
Wow.
So it's wild to see all of that stuff where I'm like, I grew up here. Also, that entire neighborhood is been renovated. It's all fancy and nice now. It's very different from it was.
Yeah.
And then you have all these mostly kids making their little fort, I guess. So it's been very interesting, but he kind of said for the most part people are doing their thing.
Yeah.
going
not
about
affecting their
daily.
lives?
No, except for, maybe some traffic and,
Yeah.
Definitely an increase in, I think, personal awareness and wanting to be safe.
Okay.
There are some, clearly some dangerous stuff happening.
Do they have any, or have they shared any thoughts with you of what their thoughts are about the mayor of Seattle and how that
No.
person is handling what's going on? I think it's a woman, but I'm not sure.
No, we didn't go that deep into
No?
it.
Okay.
But
It's not bad enough where they said, we got to get out of here. We should move.
no.
Okay.
But, they're removed somewhat location-wise. I think probably for people probably in that area. Aren't some of the businesses suing? I think they're suing the city.
Are they?
For damages and for not actually enforcing laws that have been broken by these people, and
They may
nothing's being done.
they may win those lawsuits.
So I think they brought some lawsuits, and I think good for them. I think the government has a responsibility to protect its people, and what are they doing?
Right.
I don't know. They're not doing their jobs. I know that.
I heard other states were trying to woo businesses in Washington and specifically Seattle, like Starbucks.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're thinking of leaving, come down to where we are. It's nice and safe.
Some have relocated
Have
to,
they?
I think, Texas.
It's going to be killing the economy in there in Washington.
Yeah, I think it's more harmful
Yeah.
to let these things happen than to actually be beneficial to anybody.
Yeah.
So I don't know the long-term effects. I think we'll see what happens, but I don't think great things are coming from that.
Right. All right. Well, I hope all your family stays safe out there.
Yeah.
I haven't heard too much. I liked it when the mayor said, "All right, this isn't working," and go in with the bulldozers and clear it all out. When we're taking it back.
Yeah.
So nice experiment, but it went nowhere. Nowhere fast. So that's good. All right. We're coming to the end of the program, so we thank you all for very much for listening in. Amanda, over when they come and do the gardening,
Yes.
are they there all day? Is this an all-day
No,
thing?
I think yesterday she was there for a couple hours in the morning, and then she leaves, and then they come out at night sometimes. I think they try to stay in morning or night so that they're not disrupting the flow of traffic for the branch, as well as staying out of the heat. Quite frankly,
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You
been
don't want
hot.
to do it. You don't want to be doing that at noontime.
No.
Have you got enough? I know you do a lot of cleaning over there. You got enough sanitizer and stuff to
We
keep
have plenty.
wiping down the doors and
Yep.
the ATM machine and things
We
like
are
that?
wiping down pretty much every hour.
Yeah.
We have industrial cleaner, so it is like 100 times more effective than regular Lysol. So that, obviously if members come in, we're clean, ATM's clean. We just ask that you wear a mask, and we will ask you to take it off for a second so we can catch you on camera, and we're going to ask you to Purell, even if you have gloves on or you've already Purelled in the car.
Okay. That's the deal over at Navigan, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so thank you very much for